I find it so funny that so many people on this site or this channel specifically, you know, literally hated on me, but would literally say that a 370 was clearly light skinned. I mean, like, most of these people are specifically saying that it's like 425 or 400. Some people are saying 385, so forth. And it's like, to me, it's like, it's not really about light skin. It's more so, I feel, about if you like someone or not. Like, literally, everyone knows how a lot of these people hate on me, always try and act like, oh, you're some other kind of color, even though for me, my natural color in the winter is a 370 in venti, like literally. But at the same time, you want to say because you hate someone that they have to be dark skinned. And I understand this forum is about people they don't like being dark skinned and people they like being light skinned. So of course you have to make the idea of light skin darker to include people you like. But at the same time, you're not going to like everyone who is what you deem light skinned, so then those people will literally be specifically dark skinned. And so then you make no sense. Okay, so how are you saying that 410, 425, 385, 390 is the last shade of light skin, but then you want to say someone who is 350 in Fenty or 370 in Fenty or 380 in Fenty is not light skin? For my personal opinion on it, I honestly would say that I don't see 300s as light skin. Really, I think 200s are light skin, 300s are caramel. And one person actually argued that as well. But yeah, like, most of the people were specifically trying to go well into the 300s and say that 400 was even light skinned. At this point, many of these people are saying my own mother is light skinned. Like, my mother's body was affected by eczema, so it's like a darker shade because of hyperpigmentation, but her natural color on her body is around a 420. And many of these fools are literally saying that 425 can be light skin in some cases. That's just weird to me, but specifically for people like me, I'm like a 370 NC45, 370 in Fenty, 330 in Maybelline. And I see a lot of the time she showcases those type of foundations as well, and it's really weird to me. It's like, y'all try and hate on people like me if we say something that you don't like. And honestly, out of the colorism sector, I didn't really get much hate until they found out, oh, she doesn't like the first part of me being disliked by the colorism sector was me not appreciating black men. And then secondarily, not appreciating mixed race. And then thirdly, it was also the fact that I personally don't really like the idea of pushing one side or the other. So like, as my complexion, I'm not like saying like light skin, like lighter is better, which is stupid because who the fuck would ever say that if you're my color? Like, that's dumb. If I say darker is better, that's shooting myself in the foot. And then if I say lighter is better, that's shooting myself in the foot because I'm neither of those things. I'm not the lightest person. I'm not the darkest person. So why would I ever have that idea or try and create that message? Like, that's stupid, And for me, from my perspective, honestly, like I've said, there's this one thing, and I'm going to add Crystal Swirls in this, but she was pointing out that dark-skinned people, apparently, call people, her color and my color, piss colored. So after hearing that, I'm not using that term anymore because I didn't know that people light brown were called piss colored. I mean, there's some sick bitches out there if dark skinned women are pissing out light brown urine. Like, they need some help. Literally, physically, like, something's wrong with you. And to have the audacity to say that when anyone could say the same thing about number 2 for dark-skinned women. But anyway, that's a whole different story. My whole point in this is that, I decided I won't use that term anymore because I didn't know it could be used against me as well, or people my color, or that dark-skinned people use that term for people my complexion. But, from my perspective, I've never had a perspective where I want to put light skin above my skin tone, or dark skin for that matter, And I just find it kind of like annoying when people are like, oh, just because you don't have the same argument, you don't have the same talking points, if you don't say the same thing as I do, you can't be the color you are. That's just so weird, Like, to me, that's like the weirdest thing ever. Especially, like, starting off with some people being mad at me because I didn't like dark-skinned black men. And they were, like, saying, like, if you don't like dark-skinned black men, that means you can't be light-skinned, Like, we all like the same thing. That was, like, when I was 25, a couple years ago. It was, like, 4 years ago or so. But also other things, like I said, like the whole aspect of particularly not thinking lighter is better, which is stupid. Like, why would I have that argument? Like, it just makes no sense, So anyway, I just find it funny. Like, I look through these comments and it's like, dude, you're saying like 385 is light skin. One person even said 300s are yellow bone and 400s are red bone. Just like, goodness. And I honestly don't question them because I've seen, like, Beyonce's called a red bone and Beyonce's a 400 in Fenty, So, I mean, like, they're not wrong in that sense where people will say that Beyonce isn't dark skin. But, to me, it's just from my perspective. It's like, I just get annoyed when people start saying, like, people who are in the 300 range, like Megan Thee Stallion, Ciara, Yara Shahidi. These women are in the upper 300s. Yara Shahidi is the same shade as me, 370. And I believe Megan and Ciara are like 390 in Fenty. So they're like right at the cutoff of what they're saying as a yellow bone. And somehow they're dark. And somehow, someone darker than them is somehow light skinned, like Beyonce or Tyra Banks. It's just a matter of how they were portrayed in the media. Are they portrayed as pretty, or they portrayed as not pretty, So it continues to be a thing where it's not consistent. To me, it is consistency. I follow what is someone's color, and I don't care about anything else. If your color is 300 in Fenty, to me, you are light skinned. If you are anything darker than 300, then you're not really light skinned to me. You're more caramel. Now, with that all in mind, I've realized that technically, by the definition of light skin, maybe 425 is okay. Maybe 410 is okay. I really don't know, and I don't pay attention to people darker than me like that much. I'm rarely a 420 or 410, and I'm never 425. I'm never dark enough for that foundation. But for me, it's just like, personally, I don't pay attention to that, but like, the real definition of light skin is specifically being lighter than the average color, basically, of black people. And if you look at that on a grand basis. I know I'm very light compared to most black people in any environment I've ever been in, so I do understand that. And I can understand that maybe people who are 400 Fenty have the same concept in that sense. It's just that black people are so dark that to me it's just like, well, if you're a little lighter, it doesn't really make you light, does it? Because black people are so dark. But hey, that's just my opinion on that, and I just think this hypocrisy here is very, very, very funny to me. I mean, like, considering many of these people will hate on me till the day they die, and they still are trying to act like light skin is like 425. I'm like a 370. Like, how the hell does that happen? I'm dark at 370 Fenty, while these people are 425 in complexion, like, and they're supposed to be light skin. Like, come on now. So anyway, that's all I have to say in this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and have a great day. Bye, guys.